And today we'll be reviewing our first EVP's YouTube audio reviews.
Fuck you!
We'll be doing Child's Play. This is coming off the 20th birthday edition.
Yep.
Right now we're recording this on audio. We originally planned to do with a cam.
A webcam.
But we don't have one at the moment. So we'll work on that later. So right now we'll just be uploading these on YouTube, and just like this. So right now we're going to talk about this movie, and surely everyone knows about him. Most of everyone knows that the first is probably the best in the series. I mean, you have 2 and 3, which are pretty good. I like 2 quite a bit. Yeah. Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky. I don't know if you've seen those.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you think of those?
They bomb.
Yeah.
They bomb hardcore. Nothing really compares to the first one.
It's true. The first one had a very serious tone, and I thought that it was also sort of a satire in ways of children's toys and advertising and all that. I mean, it's nothing deep, but, it's just something I thought about. Obviously, that's all lost in the sequels. I mean, the second one's a straight-up slasher film.
You lose the concept of that deep-seated fear of having something close to you kind of gain an evil property. I mean, that's a children's toy, and that was the original concept of the first movie was, what really scares people. And you have to really dig around, and the scariest thing is, what could be more scarier than a kid's toy, coming to life and trying to kill people.
And if you think about it, I really don't know of many other movies before that really did this, especially on this type of angle that this film went for. Now, I forget, Tom Holland, I believe, is the person who directed this. And he also did the movie Fright Night. I don't know if you've seen that. It's a vampire movie from the 80s.
Personally,
I don't think he's did anything recently. At least I wouldn't know. It seems like a lot of these directors from the 80s have a few big films, and then once, the 90s or 2000s roll around, it's, you never really hear about them again. A big example is sort of John Carpenter. He just sort of fell off the map, and that's not to say because he's forgotten. It's because his movies have gotten worse. And,
right. Seemingly
really
lost his touch.
Yeah, but we're talking about this movie, and it's Child's Play. It's about a 6-year-old boy who really wants this toy, and you really see the movie really pounds it into you that this is a big thing. All kids probably have them. So, the kid wants it, the kid's watching, Saturday morning cartoons, he sees the commercials, the TV show. He obviously wants one. And he does get one, but, as you know, it had a murderous soul in it.
It had an extra part.
Yeah, and,
batteries not included.
Right, which I think was one of the original titles before they changed it. Child's Play. And I believe, I might be wrong, but I think Tom Savini did the gore for this movie. And there isn't a lot of gore. There isn't at all in this movie. I mean, if you think about it, there isn't much to it.
It's all shock factor stuff.
Yeah.
Explosions, from afar, and then burning, you don't really see the gore, the effect of what's just happened.
Right, which changes with the sequels, obviously.
Creates tension, all that good stuff.
Yeah, so basically, you have this ex-serial killer now inside the body of a toy, and he's trying to get, his old body back, figures out that he can't do that, and he learns that the only body that he can inhabit is that of Andy, the 6-year-old kid. So he's going to try to do that, and basically, in his mindset, he's going to try to, live another life, basically. Maybe, or not another life, but 2 lives.
He wanted to come back.
Yeah.
The doll was only going to be temporary.
Right.
And he was going to seek guidance.
Yeah, exactly.
With his black voodoo teacher, guru, whatever you'd like to call him.
Yeah, which he kills in the movie.
Yeah, he does.
Which is kind of funny.
He tells him what he doesn't want to hear.
Yeah, he kills him with a, what do you call it? The little doll?
Voodoo doll.
Yeah, voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that part was just, way over the top. It was like, I mean, I can maybe buy the fact that his soul going into the body. I'll buy that since it's the theme of the movie. I mean, that's the plot of the movie. But, when you take something stupid like that and kill off a character like that, I mean, it's just comical. I mean, I laughed at that. I mean,
it was a very minor character.
Yeah. And if you think about it, it's sort of just put in there for, I don't know, for shock. But, to my understanding, this movie was originally, over 2 hours long. And it was cut down to around 80 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 87 minutes. So, what I'm wondering is, what happened to all this other footage? Why wasn't this DVD? Why doesn't it have the lost footage on it? My thought is that a DVD's probably going to come out around the time of the remake with the lost footage and all that on it, if they do find it. So, I don't know, but yeah, you give your views on the film. Why you like it, why you don't.
I think it's one of the few movies in the 80s to come out that actually had lingering effects on people. Lingering effects, I mean, of, nightmares and shit and stuff like that. Like, when The Exorcist came out, people were scared for weeks after. It actually gave them nightmares.
Right.
The villain in this movie is so unique in the idea that it's not a grown man. He doesn't have knives. It's the idea that this, I mean, with Jason, say for instance, famous characters, they have custom needs. They have their signature moves and their signature weapons and their signature look. This thing is, and for this doll, you get it when you watch the movie. You get a sense that it's anything could become a weapon in the hands of this doll. And that creates a very scary environment in which you're not really safe, even if you don't have anything laying around. Just the fact that he's small, he could be easily disguised as you could hide in a kid's closet.
You wouldn't even know.
Very unexpected places.
Right.
Very few movies in the 80s that come out like that, and very few movies, even less movies, have had so many adaptations. Jason and the Freddy Krueger series had a couple of movies. This is alongside them. There's been a couple of Child's Play movies. Most of the last ones, the most recent ones, sucked ass, and for good reason. But they still keep making the movies, and I think that's why it was a unique movie.
Yeah, it is unique.
To stand the times, so to speak.
The fact that I saw this when I was little might be a reason why I like it now. I know some people nowadays, especially if you watch it when you're an adult, it's not going to have the same impact on you as if you watched it when you were a kid. So, I mean, this movie scared the shit out of me when I was little. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, something that matches your size, something that's supposed to be innocent.
It's a fucking doll.
It's running around fucking mutilating people, I think I probably watched, the first one I think I watched was probably 2, Child's Play 2. And that's probably, I don't know, probably 7 or 8. And I watched it on TV, I believe. It scared the shit out of me. I mean, it's just one of those